would like to present our article, Overcoming Disability, the Entrepreneurial Resilience of a Visually Impaired Founder in Egypt. This article was published in Global Scientific Journal in August 2024. I don't forget to thank my co-authors, Professor Dr. Hamid from Cairo University and Dr. Wael El-Dasuqi from Arab Academy for Sciences and Technology for their invaluable contribution to this article. This article is based on a learning case study. Based on my consulting experience, I did opt for an in-depth qualitative study in view of the uniqueness of this case that ought to generate hypotheses for future research. This case study, or the core assumption that we can conclude from this case study, is that the innate positive psychological features that fit in with the psychological requirements of the entrepreneurial project or endeavor could downplay the negative impact of the disability as such. Here we don't talk about compensatory mechanisms, but we talk about normal, innate psychological features that overcome the disability or downplay its negative impact on the entrepreneurship as such. When we described the character of this entrepreneur, we used many tools that pertain to many psychological frame and theories. First of all, we applied Kersey personology to assess the personality profile, and we found that this entrepreneur has a designer-like mentality with strategic intelligence. This is the first of all. Second, we found that he enjoyed a dominant character with a challenging style, and here the reference is to DISC classification of personality. It means that he had a leadership attitude. Then, according to a psychodynamic assessment based on the conception of the normal personality by the American Psychiatric Association and the tool of Dr. Oldham, here we found that the dominant personality structures are the self-confident one and the conscientious one, which means being self-confident means enjoying a high ambition, and being conscientious means enjoying a high sense of duty. And this reflects a very good level of psychological maturity. And then, when it comes to assess the psychic stability, we found a relatively low level of neuroticism, which reflects a good level of tolerance to stress. So, and finally, when it comes to cognitive abilities, the candidate or this entrepreneur was enjoying smart thinking due to very good cognitive abilities in terms of analyzing problems, defining problems, measuring problems, and solving problems. Also, we found that the sub-language preference was audio-digital, which means that the candidate was into analysis, into self-learning, and this helped him a lot to develop new solutions to new problems and analyze situations properly in the right way. So we can conclude that this psychological portrait meets the requirement of the psychological requirements of the entrepreneurial endeavor. Hence, the success of this entrepreneur, despite the presence of a visual disability. And here we can conclude that we need to detect such psychological features in those candidates that suffer from a certain disability but willing to develop an entrepreneurial career at the same time. It also would help us to design a supportive environment for those disabled entrepreneurs. Between psychology, entrepreneurship, and disability, we still need more connectedness in theory and practice. Once again, thank to my co-authors and thank to Global Scientific Journal, and thank you for your good listening. Thank you.